Good evening. Tonight is Thursday, May 29th, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Kayaetta Cooks. I'm a certified wellness coach with Akana, and Akana means in the hands of God. Akana is a CBD wellness company that was birthed in 2019, originally as Wakana, and we've been in business for 6 years. We celebrated 6 years this year. And as I said, we are a CBD wellness company. And for the next, I'd say about 30 to 40 minutes, I'm going to be sharing some information with you about 5 steps to generational health, which includes the importance of knowing your blood type. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the health crisis that we are ignoring in the United States. The top health crisis that is so serious and is plaguing, especially the United States, is heart disease. They're following right behind it. In fact, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States, responsible for 1 in every 5 deaths. And then, of course, cancer follows closely, accounting for nearly 600,000 deaths annually. And when we're looking at diabetes, it's a growing epidemic. In fact, over 37 million Americans have diabetes, and 96 million more have pre-diabetes, and it's often undiagnosed. And when you think about diabetes is significantly increases the risk of heart disease, kidney failure, and amputations. And when we're talking about a shortened life expectancy, U.S. life expectancy has declined in recent years, dropping to around 76 years, one of the lowest amongst developed nations. And when you think about the most recent announcement that the government is increasing the retirement age to 70, you have to wonder, right? If the life expectancy is 76, and they're saying that the reason they increase the retirement age, meaning that you cannot access your Social Security or any other benefits, benefits tied into retirement until 70, because people are living longer, you have to ask yourself, what is really going on? And in the words of Dr. Ross, what the cell is going on, CEL. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, the problem is in the US. What our CEO Melissa Boston has coined suicide. Not
Hi, you're frozen. We can't hear you if you're talking. You're frozen. You're on mute, Kai.
about how long was I frozen? Do you know?
Then you got to suicide.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So the problem, thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Yep,
So
and Kai, your display is gone.
it is okay.
Yep,
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
welcome.
Zoom must have just kicked us out or
Yep,
disconnected me. All right. One
jump
second.
in, but
Thank you. Thank you.
uh, there you go.
All right. So we were talking about the health crisis, right? Which is heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life. And a shortened life could be anywhere from, you know, uh, bad living, bad health, excessive drinking, overly drinking, alcohol consumption, smoking, violence, stress, anxiety, depression, right? So all of these things are the cause of health crisis. But the number one cause that we've linked to these health crises is going to be what our CEO, Melissa Boston, has coined as chewicide. Simply, we are digging our graves with our fork. So on the left-hand side, you see the original diet, beautiful, colorful fruits and vegetables that we've picked from the tree and pulled from the ground, right? Very nutritious for our body, healing to our body, right? But our new diet now has compromised the integrity, right, of our country, of our government. Why? Because these restaurants are now having a new diet that is filled with all kinds our arteries and causing all kind of health crises. And when we're talking about the number one health crisis, which is heart disease, you have to understand that this disease is known as the silent killer. In fact, in 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease, and about 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent, and the damage is done, but the person is not even aware of it. It's too late. And now the family is faced with wondering, how do we go on without our loved one? What if we could prevent a heart attack, right? When you think about that, I want you to also think about that there's an alarming number of 14 and 19-year-olds that are showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. They haven't even reached 21 yet. 40%. I don't know about you, but when I think about that, I think about generational illness, generational premature death. And when you think about the significance of African Americans at the age of 5, do you know what that is? Let me tell you, it's going to be dangerous atherosclerosis, atherosclerosis levels, which are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. So in this example, you see a very clean artery, right? There's no restrictions. The walls, the inner wall endothelium, they're very thin, which means that it's allowing the blood to in and out, and it's going in your heart, out your heart, through your veins, through your arteries with no restriction. Now, what happens over a period of time, whether it's due to eating against your blood type, whether it's anxiety, these things begin to cause an effect to your artery. Your walls begin to thicken, right? Which affects elasticity, right? Plaque begins to thicken, it begins to build up in the artery. And so borderline becomes high. Know it. Your artery is completely blocked. So yes, statistics have shown that by the time we are 45, we are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is a problem. But since I have become acquainted to this company called Akana, I found out I found out that there are solutions. So here's the vision that Akana has for our community and beyond. Our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. And through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. So, we talked about the health crisis. Let's get into 5 key reasons why these problems impact communities. The first, to be the lack of understanding blood types. And because of that, number one reason, Akana is committed to 1 million families learn their blood type. And when you're talking about blood type, there are four blood types. Blood type A, B, O, and A. And your blood type, whether it's you're an A, a B, a O, or an AB, I want you to know that it is a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. And if you're a blood type A, you're an agrarian, nature's vegetarians, prone to digestive and heart issues. And red meat, shrimp, crab, lobster, and dairy can be especially harmful. And they are naturally creative and inventive and require peace and harmony. So if you're blood type A, I say, I didn't know that. That though I love those foods. I didn't know that I was prone to digestive and heart issues. I didn't, I do agree that I'm creative and I'm inventive and I do love peace and harmony, right? That you may be able to identify with that. You may not even know what blood type you are. So through B, O, and AB, I want you to yourself. If I do not know, I think I need to know. So let's talk about blood type B. Balance, originally known for their barbaric side, right? But now they have migrated into a more of a balanced diet, right? So they thrive on a diverse diet. Chicken, shrimp, crab, and lobster can disrupt their. They have a more balanced immune and digestive system and they are resilient, but they tend to suffer from autoimmune diseases, IBS, and other issues. And if you're blood type O, you're the oldest blood type, the most ancient blood type, the most common blood type. And they thrive on a high protein diet, but catfish, pork, dairy, refined carbs, white wine, and gluten can cause significant issues. They have a strong immune and digestive system. However, they tend to experience more ulcers, arthritis, and thyroid issues. And if you're an AB, like myself, we're the most rarest blood type with a complex and a modern makeup. The rarest blood type blending traits of blood type A and blood type B. And they must balance the dietary restrictions of both types for optimal health. Now, your blood type is the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint. And your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat and if those foods will cause three things: inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. See, according to her blood type. And as a result, her body is able to regulate her digestive system. But on the right hand side, you can probably guess that this gentleman, although he seems so sweet, he is eating against his blood type, and it has caused inflammation, digestive problems, and weight gain. Now you might be saying, well, why is that? Well, I want you to know that in our food, there's an enemy called lectins. Okay. Now the good thing is that our immune system is designed to protect us from lectins. 95% of the lectins are sloughed off by the body. However, that 5% is filtered into the bloodstream where they react with and destroy red and white blood cells. So when you think about that, you have to ask yourself, just mute everyone. You have to ask yourself, well, I don't know my blood type, so I guess I'll need to find my blood type, find out my blood type. And you can reach back to the person that invited you on this call, and they will definitely be able to help you out with that. But then you might want to know what foods work against your blood type. Right? You may want to know that. So here's a snapshot. Take a snapshot of this. It's not inclusive, not exclusive. It's plenty of more items that belong on this list, but this is just a sample because we want you to remember that one person's food is another person's poison. And this is a sample list of foods considered toxic for the various blood types. Take a snapshot and let's look. Blood type A, tomatoes, bananas, red meat, potatoes, shrimp is poison to you. Blood type B's, chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, crustaceans, seafood, poison, toxic to your blood type. Blood type O, catfish. Yes, catfish. Can you believe it? Especially in our community, right? Avocado, oranges can be toxic to a blood type O, white wine, cashews, and ABs. Oh my goodness, I love everything that's on that bottom line. Chicken, bananas. I was eating bananas because I had high blood pressure, and they were saying you need potassium. And I wanted the most natural way to do that, which was, but did you know bananas were slowly killing me? When I was introduced to Akana, I would my was I was my pressure was sky high. If you look at me today and look at the picture, almost unrecognizable, right? Because I was eating against my blood type. Avocados, I was eating salads every day with avocado and cayenne pepper every day on my set because I thought avocado and apple cider vinegar would help me lose weight. It was poison to my blood type. So I'm so glad that Dr. Peter J. Diamo came with a, excuse me, if you all can keep your phones on mute. I keep muting everybody, but somehow it's coming off. So, Dr. Peter J. Diamo came up with a book in 1996 from decades of research and hundreds and thousands of testimonies about eating according to your blood type. So if you have not had the opportunity to read or listen to the audio of 4 blood types, 4 diets, eat right for your type, I urge you to do so because it'll be a blessing to you and your family. So, learn your blood type? Absolutely. Why? Because you have the power to break the generational cycle. And with that knowledge of knowing what your blood type is, and not only yours, but your family's blood type, your children, your children's children, right? Your siblings, the power is in your hands. So think about it. If they give you the wrong blood, it could kill you. Yes or no? Right? No or yes? Yes, right? If you eat the wrong food, it could be slowly killing you. Why? Because it's affecting your blood. Now, you might be asking, why are we just learning that food impacts our blood cells based on our blood type? Well, I'll tell you, if it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. In fact, it's big business equals profit over people. It's always been, think about it, cigarettes, high profit margins with addictive products, ensuring repeated customers, massive global marketing with billions in annual sales, right? But they don't advertise, well, I guess in the surgeon warning in the very small print, 40 challenging to read right about now, right? Proven link to cancer, heart disease, and lung conditions. History of misinformation, campaigns, and lobbying to suppress healthy risks. They want to suppress the information. And tobacco companies knew about the dangers for decades, but prioritized profits through aggressive marketing, even targeting our youth and vulnerable populations. And trans fats, right? Cheap, shelf stable, and improves food texture and taste, boost profits by extending product shelf life. They can keep it on the shelf longer, right? Natural and organic foods, you got about 3 or 5 days and it's gone, right? That's how you know you got some good food in your refrigerator. But they don't tell you that trans fat, although delicious in restaurant food, right? That fast food, they don't tell you that it's linked to heart disease, obesity, and chronic inflammation. In fact, it's banned in many countries after decades of widespread profits over people. These cell phones, we're talking about more speed, more reach, more access, right? New infrastructure that drives profits through device upgrades and data consumptions. How many times do we have to get an upgrade, right? And Apple is just this, right? Here's the cons to that: ongoing concerns about long term exposure to electromagnetic fields, right? Although they say, hey, that evidence is not conclusive. That's what they say, conclusive, but the diagnosis of cancer is, right? Profits over people, genetic modified organisms, increased crop yields and resistance to droughts, greater profits for biotech agriculture companies, but they don't tell you uncertain long-term health effects for some consumers is a rising concern. Environmental concerns like reduced biodiversity and increased herbicide use. Dangerous. Profits over people. Milk. Does a body good? Pass it on. Does it really do a body good? Did they tell you that it's highly profitable from large scale production and marketing, right? Dairy industry benefits from subsidies and nutritional guidelines promoting milk consumption. There's potential health concerns with hormones, antibiotics, and saturated fats in the milk. You all, they're not telling you that it's passing on all kind of diseases and infection and mucus concerns. Now, we're talking about eating right for your blood type, right? But what countries eat right for your blood type? I'll tell you, Japan does. I'll tell you who doesn't: the United States. In fact, there are foods that the United States have permitted to be consumed that's banned in a lot of other countries. And you can tell that is evident because Japan is number one when it comes to life expectancy, averaging 8.6 years old. However, they celebrate the most in centennials, which means 100 and more. And we are at a being 50th country on that 50th, right? 76 years of age is our average life expectancy. And let's bring it on home in the African American community, 1.years old. And I don't know about you, but that disturbs me. And that disturbs Akana. And because of that, Akana decided to step up and be the one to lead the chart, to lead the way and say, you know what? There are some answers to that travesty. And by following the blood type diet, there are anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practices. You can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life threatening diseases. You can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process. In fact, we found out in Akana through our products, we're reversing the age process. 70 and 80-year-olds walking around looking like 40 and 50-year-olds with energy like 20-year-olds. I'm telling you, brother, I kid you not. And you can cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. We have a choice. And tonight I'm going to ask you, what do you choose? And as I go into the reason, key reason for the health crisis, it's dangerous levels of oxidation. Have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older. It's going to be oxidation. See, in the grocery store, those bananas start off a beautiful ripe green and then a yellow. But by the time you get them home, oxidation is set in and then they begin to rust, just like the rust on the screws on the right. So think about the food that you eat in your body. Think about the oxidation that's setting in, that's affecting your body. What is the answer to that? Well, one of the answers is going to be antioxidants. If you add antioxidants into your diet, like fruits and vegetables, here's what we know: they are loaded with compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. And guess what? Some phytonutrients have shown to disable cancer causing substances. As now, I want you to think about it. You mean to tell me we can be proactive instead of reactive? Absolutely. Absolutely. And excuse me, I'm going to multitask, plug my, keep going. So let's think about it. The third reason is going to be omega-3 deficiency. The lack of omega-3 causes this: cardiovascular health, which increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. Cognitive decline, which increases the risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia. And chronic inflammation, which accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease. Does any of this ring a bell for you or someone you know? And if it does, I want you to start writing their name down. Why? Because we have these calls on Thursday, every Thursday at 6 or 7 o'clock, on Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m. And that's going to be Central Standard Time, because we want the people that you love and care about to get this information. So if you have a lack of omega-3s, metabolic health is affected. It contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. It also contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. And your immune function compromised, weakens immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections, and your bone health. Lack of omega-3s will increase the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially in older adults. We don't have to accept that, ladies and gentlemen. We can do something about that. And go ahead and take a picture of this, because I want you to reflect back and share this information. As we move into reason number 4, unhealthy gut, the microbiome. 70% of our immune system is in our gut. And gut issues arise when our diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. And here are the signs of gut issues. Digestive issues. You should be going regularly every day, ideally twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. If you're not, we're going to need to look at that gut. Weakened immune system. Are you always getting sick? Back to back. As soon as you get better, you're sick again. Easily compromised. Malabsorption. Doesn't matter what I take, there's no improvement. Nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, always in pain, inflamed, skin problems, breakage. Are you breaking out? Rashes, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, and autoimmune conditions. If you're suffering or dealing with any of that, you could be having an unhealthy gut. And the fifth key reason for the health issues is going to be parasite invasion. See, parasites are, if you've ever eaten any meat, unclean fruit, right? If you have not intentionally killed parasites in your body, cleansed your body of toxins and parasites, you have them. Here's what they do if untreated: chronic infection and inflammation, which leads to heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. They are present in autopsies with parasites invading our organs, brain, lungs, and liver. And last but not least, parasites affect mental health. Parasites in the brain cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. How many times have we just counted it off as, oh, they're just crazy? Oh, this is just some. And how many times are we allowing doctors to just prescribe medication after medication after medication? Well, listen, these five key reasons have solutions. And Akana has come up with a campaign that's absolutely phenomenal. It's called 5 Steps to Generational Health. 5 Steps to Generational Health. Now, before we get into these solutions, I have to give you the disclaimer legally. Our products is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider because before using any nutritional supplements. But we want you to know that individual results may vary. We want you to also know that we have an amazing medical advisory board ourselves, right? We have amazing certified wellness coaches, and we have amazing testimonies that will share, that you'll actually hear one today, that you will see. You'll also see in a few minutes with your own eyes that our solutions are real and they are very effective. So the number one solution is knowing your blood type. Do you know your blood type? Because your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. Solution number two is learn what's best for your blood type. See, food that heals one can harm another. So your blood type matters. The food you eat matters. Your health matters. And ultimately, your legacy matters. See, it's not enough to know what your blood type is. You have to know what foods work for you and what food against you. And then the third option is going to do to make a decision to do something about it. You want to purchase the option that works best based on your goals, meaning you have to clean out the arteries, you have to clean out your blood, you have to bring your body back into balance if you want optimal health. So here is our first option. It's our blood type support kit. This kit includes herbal tea, nutrition, and optional testing for all blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of your colon and your blood. So in this kit comes a blood type test kit, a bitters detox, a detox meal plan, a sample meal replacement shake called the Fuel, an individual digital blood type just for you. Just for you. And option number two is the same as option number one without the test. That would generally be for someone who already knows their blood type. Now, what we do say, if then, is paying it forward. So if you know your blood type already, still get option number one and save on that discount on that blood type test and pass it on to someone in your family who does not know. And let's get healthy together. Now, when we look at this packet, the flat belly bitters are a powerful tool for a quick 4-day detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. And when we're talking about detoxing, the first thing we want to target is detoxifying your blood cells. So this is a perfect product for that reason. And here's how it works. Number one, you're going to boost digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, biles, and stomach acid, which are essential. Then you're going to regulate your appetite and reduce cravings for unhealthy foods. It also supports your liver detoxification by filtering out toxins from the blood. It eliminates fat soluble toxins through the digestive system. It alkalizes the body and reduces inflammation. And last but not least, it improves the microbiome, which is your gut, by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. Now you also get in this pack the flat belly fuel. It comes in choco berry fusion and vanilla. Oh my goodness, both are so delicious. But remember those five key problems we talked about? This product, the first of its kind for all blood types, target all five areas. So we're talking about blood type support, antioxidant protection, omega fatty acids, gut health, prebiotics, probiotics, and fiber, and it also eliminates parasites. All in this one packet. Now this is just a sample, right? Because we want you to go ahead and try it out so you can see how phenomenal this meal replacement is. It replaces 1 to 2 meals. It is absolutely phenomenal when partnered with the cleanse. Now, I want you to know when I came to Akana, I found out my blood type. I realized I was killing myself slowly, digging my grave with a fork, right? And they said, hey, you know what? We can give you a comprehensive health testing. We call it the bioscan. Now, when I did the bioscan, right, it'll tell you, it's like a health GPS. It tells you where you are, right? And then that we had a conversation on where I wanted to be. And then they gave me the solutions, which was the bridge to get me where I wanted to be. So this test showed my omega-3 panels. It showed where my gut really was. It showed my lack of my of vitamins and minerals. But here was the thing that took me out. It showed my heart, my liver, and my kidneys. And it showed that I had blockage in my heart. It showed me that I was close to a heart attack or aneurysm. It showed me that I was in a crisis stage, and I knew I was in trouble. And I knew I had to do something. And I am so thankful for Akana because what I did was I took action. And on this call tonight, if anything rung a bell to you, any illness, any sickness for you or anybody you know rung a bell, I am saying we got to take action. And so my action was to start the cleanse. And so for $189, the company says if you don't want to even get our products, you can get the comprehensive health test for 189. But we are so serious about making a change in our community. The company has put a special on the table. When you enroll in one of our auto ships, you can get the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade. Now, I don't know how they put a value on. For me, it saved my life. For me, the cleanse saved my life because I took advantage of option number two. I knew I was in a crisis stage. So I needed a personalized wellness plan for my blood type. So I started with the 7 day. And the 7 day is a nutrient packed program that helps cleanse your digestive system, boost energy, and shed up to 10 pounds, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. So in this packet, you get the Purify, which is a liquid colonic plus a full body cleanse. You also get Eliminator, which removes parasites and reduces mucus. The Regenerator, which restores the body with superfoods, fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. And then a QR code for your to download for your personalized blood type 21-day regimen. Although it's just a 7 day refresh, you'll get a 20-day regimen. How fantastic is that? And this is only $119. Here's the results. For me, I lost 13 pounds of waste. not weight, waist in 7 days. This young lady lost 10 pounds in 7 days. And then we also have the 21-day reset. See, I understood that I have been eating against my blood type my whole life. So 7 days wasn't going to do it. So I had to go back in. Even though I had amazing results, I felt clear, full of energy. Inflammation started to go away, but I knew I had to go back in and do some more. So I went for the 21-day reset. Oh my goodness. And that's where there was a major change for me. And this program helps detoxify your body, restore balance, and promote significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds while building a foundation for lasting health. I can't make any medical claims, but I can tell you my testimony. I'm not on any medication, and I started my cleansing last year in September. I'm talking about it hasn't even been a year for me, and it's been a drastic change. Now, in this 21 day, you get the same as the in a 7 day, but just for 21 days. Now, Billy, look at Billy. He was pregnant with, I don't know what, 3 or 4 babies, okay? And look after the 21 day. Oh my goodness, you see the ribs coming in. He's almost ready to have a hot boy summer. You understand? 30 pounds of waste built up in his stomach in 21 days. Now, I don't know how you put a value on that, but $279 is the sale price today. Now, I want you to know for the month of May, only for the month of May, there is a 10% discount off everything on our site. So if you have ordered products before with us, run to the site and get that sale price, that 10% off. But if you've never ordered with us before, guess what? New customers get 10% anyway. They get 10% off anyway. So remember to get that discount code from the person that invited you. So what that means, if you're a new person, never purchased from us before, you get 20% off, whether it's the package number 1, the blood type kit, the 7 day, or the 21 day. You can take advantage of 20% off. Now, here's some more results. Tanisha, 15 pounds down. This young lady, I'm not sure how many pounds down, but clearly you can see the results. 21-day results. And many of these are entrepreneurs. They've made such a drastic change that they joined the company. You know what? I out of the solution as well. Yvette, she even wrote a book, 100-day results. My guide to your 100-day me to better health. Ernestine Davis, 64 years old, says this: ageless health starts with your blood type. Switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped me lose belly fat, improve my digestion, and achieve 4th place in a bikini at 63 years young. Now, I'm going to quickly go over some of our other products because that's not all, folks, right? After you cleanse your body and you want to aggressively lose weight, we have a natural and organic solution to all those other options that people are taking advantage of, shots and all, to lose weight. It's called hemp Govi. That is the game changer. Why? Because you can drink your way slim. Hemp Govi is a shot worth taking, and our new line of drinkables allow you to ditch injectables and drink your way to slimmer waist and flatter tummy. Now I want you to take a snapshot. These are the benefits because it's packed with powerful plant-based ingredients. Hemp Govi works synergistically to target key areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. So the key benefits are going to be burning fat naturally, boost metabolism, curb appetite, support digestive health, and promote an overall balance. It's absolutely a game changer. And in case for those that want to do their research, go ahead and take a snapshot of our amazing organic key ingredients. And we want you to know that our products are third-party lab tested. They are all natural and all organic. Now, I'm going to get into the CBD products because, as I said before, we are a CBD wellness company and we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well being. And you may be asking, what CBD? What is CBD? Okay, let me tell you. CBD is simply this: it's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. of more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to Delta 9, which is THC. And unlike THC, CBD is non psychotropic, meaning you don't get the high. And THCA, which is a product that we have, it is a compound that naturally occurs in the industrial hemp. And out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is a non psychoactive precursor to THC found in raw cannabis. Now, when you heat it through smoking, vaping, or cooking, THCA converts into THC, the psychoactive compound. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because the endocannabinoid system, right, um, is a system that is connected to our entire system, and cannabis at, is a holistic solution, which means this: unlike pharmaceuticals that often target single symptoms, cannabinoids interact with the ECS, which is our endocannabinoid system. It interacts with our system and provides systemic benefits, not just one benefit, but systemic benefits, which offers a more natural approach to health and wellness. Simply put, it puts the body back into balance. So, what am I saying? When you have the cannabis and the blood type diet combined, cannabis reduces inflammation, helps manage stress, and improve your digestive system. So if you're blood type A, which suffers from lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease, or blood type B, which is susceptible to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders, or a blood type O, which is a higher risk of inflammatory conditions and arthritis, or and over acidity, or a blood type AB, which is sensitive digestive and immune stressors. We want you to know that by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predisposition. So let's look at some of the products that we have. We have the Diamond Star Full Spectrum Hemp Flower. And this raw THCA product aligns with the plant-based diets, offering therapeutic benefits without the high, similar to juicing cannabis leaves or flowers. So particularly strong benefits with these conditions: arthritis, autoimmune disorders, anti-inflammatory issues, neuroprotective issues, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. And RSO, which is a liquid. It's a CBD and THCA via oral syringe. So if you're dealing with pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, stimulant, struggle with stimulating your appetite, neurological issues, or antioxidant, and you need something a little bit more stronger, then RSO is going to be your solution. Now, of course, on this call, we don't have enough time to go over our products, but we have over 70 plus products that could be part of your solution, whether it's coffee or essential oil or pain cream or our hair hemp powered hair. If you're experiencing hair loss, or if you love to cook in the kitchen, we have culinary seasonings that are infused with CBD. That's absolutely delicious. Now, I've shared a lot of information with you, and as I begin to close, my question to you is, what is going to be your testimony? What's going to be your testimony when you take action and decide to do something about cleansing out your body? What health legacy will you create and pass on to future generations? Because your blood type matters, your food, your health, your legacy matters, and food that heals one can harm another. Now, I want to share a third option for you, and that's going to be the certified wellness option. Now, if you are
Mm-hmm.
if give me 1 second. If you are interested, you say, you know what, I've never heard this like this before. I've never even heard of a company like this, which, by the way, is all it was founded by 4 African women in on the south side of Chicago. Do you say, hey, I want to be a part of the solution as well? We welcome you to become a wellness influencer or a certified coach. What will that position you to do? Transform your health and earn income. Gain access to all the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through your site, including your own. Now, quickly take a snapshot of these packages. You can come aboard as a wellness influencer for $3.99, and these are all the products that you get and much, much more. It's over $1,000 in value, over 1,000. But it positions you to leave a lasting legacy and impact on your community and beyond. And if you want to come aboard as a certified coach, take a picture of this. $14.99, but the value is over $3,000. Now, I'm not sure what it is that you decide to do, but the fourth thing we ask that you do is transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. Take action. And then the fifth thing we ask you to do is to share the gift of health, inspire others to create generational health with your success story, support your family health journey. I want to thank you so much for hanging on there with me. This concludes the presentation today, and I want you to